Formaji YouTube video k lia oper jo tum ny story lik kdhs k oper tai men strong hook lik k do. Hook jandar. Suspenseful our curiosity si barpor hona chaye k mary vauer engage ho jn our video ko ntk decken. The wind pressed softly against the old wooden frame. A thin curtain trembled like something alive. I sat by the window with my hands resting on the cold sill. The chill slid across my skin as if it searched for a way inside. The street below was quiet. Too quiet for this hour. No footsteps. No voices. Only a distant hum that felt heavier than silence. I leaned closer to the glass. My breath formed a pale cloud on the surface. The smell of dust and aged paint filled my lungs. A faint vibration pulsed through the windowsill. It felt like a heartbeat that did not belong to me. The light outside flickered. Shadows stretched across the pavement in sharp crooked lines. Something shifted at the edge of my vision. Not a person. Not an animal. Something slower. Something deliberate. My fingers tightened on the sill. The wood groaned under the pressure. A thin tapping rose from beneath the window frame. Soft at first. Then clearer. As if nails scraped upward from the inside of the wall. The curtain brushed my arm. I turned, expecting to see a breeze. But the air around me was still. The fabric moved again, this time with a slow intentional drag. I inhaled sharply. The room smelled different now. Like wet soil, and rust, and something warm that did not feel safe. The tapping grew louder, closer, rising toward the spot where my hand rested. The glass shifted. A thin crack traced across the pane without a sound. I leaned in despite the tightening in my chest. My reflection trembled in the fractured surface. And behind it, just faint enough to doubt, a shape leaned forward from the darkness outside. As if it pressed its face to mine from the other side of the glass. As if it waited for me to recognize it. As if it continues, as if it waited for me to breathe so it could breathe with me. The sight froze my lungs. My pulse throbbed in my ears like heavy wings struggling in a cage. I inched closer, unable to look away. Every instinct screamed for me to stand, to run, to leave the room behind. But something in that pale outline held me still. The curtain shifted again, slow, dragging across my shoulder as though guided by a hand I could not see. The air thickened, pressing against my skin like humid breath. My throat tightened with a metallic taste. The room seemed to shrink around me. The walls leaned inward with a silent, suffocating weight. The shape behind the glass moved. Not forward, not backward, sideways. A smooth gliding motion that did not match the rhythm of any living thing. Its edges blurred, as if it drifted between layers of shadow. A faint sound rose from the street below. A single soft note, like metal bending. Then another, a wavering harmonic that built slowly until it hummed through the floorboards. The windowsill vibrated beneath my palms, matching the tremor in my spine. My breath fogged the glass again. This time, something else fogged it too. A second patch of mist. Higher than mine, closer than mine, expanding and contracting with a slow deliberate rhythm. I stepped back without meaning to. My heel brushed the wooden floor, and the plank shifted with a hollow creak. The crack in the glass widened by a hair. A thin sliver curled like a branching vein, reaching toward the center of the pane. The presence outside leaned closer. The divided glass warped its face into fragments. One fragment looked like an eye staring directly into me. Another like a mouth held shut in an impossible straight line. Another like a hand pressed flat against the surface. The tapping continued beneath the window frame, sharper now, more urgent. The wall throbbed with every strike, sending tiny vibrations through the wood. It felt as though something inside the structure wanted to be free. Or wanted me to open the window. A gust of warm air brushed the back of my neck. The warmth was wrong. There was no vent nearby. No heater running. The warmth traveled slowly across my skin like a palm. My legs locked in place. The curtain, without any breeze, rose upward. It lifted in a smooth arc, as if pulled by invisible fingers tracing along the fabric. Then it fell, draping heavily across my shoulder again. I smelled soil, faint at first, then stronger, filling the room with the scent of disturbed ground. The crack made a tiny snapping sound. A hairline fragment split away from the pane's edge. The shape outside reacted. Its blurred head tilted, the movement unnervingly fluid. The second patch of breath fogged the glass more deeply, leaving a smear that slid downward in a slow streak. I felt the floor give slightly beneath me. A soft depression formed under my heel. Wood strained, bending inward as though something beneath the boards pushed upward. The tapping shifted from the wall to the floor. Tight rhythmic pulses rose through the planks, spaced like knuckles rapping one by one. I tried to step away. My leg refused to move. The pressure beneath the floorboard held my foot in place, as if the wood clamped around my heel. My heartbeat hammered against my ribs so violently I